Well, 9Health fairs are back, and if you've been putting your preventative health on the back burner, well, Danny is here to tell us why it's important to find a fair near you so you can schedule your screening as soon as possible.
It's been a difficult almost 2 years when it comes to checking on our health. COVID-19 has occupied most of our time, meaning other important health checks may have fallen to the wayside.
9Health Fair is all about getting access to health care, low-cost blood screening.
But this year, 9Health fairs are back, and with a vengeance.
All of our health fairs have the basic screening, which means you can get the blood work, you can have access to blood pressure, ask a medical professional, height, weight, BMI, and some of our health fairs that have, optional screeners, meaning that when we review our sites, we look at the space. Keeping in mind that social distancing and being safe is important for a lot of people, we want to look at, is that space able to facilitate that? So if it is, we want to make sure that we add all the optional screenings available.
An important tool that is now back in effect to ensure we can get back on track when it comes to our health.
That's, skin, podiatrists, so doing hand-foot screenings, doing breast exams, doing, things that are important to that community. So we work specifically with that center, and we ask them, what is your community in need of? And we want to make sure we offer those specific screenings at that fair, because we want to tap into that community, and we want to make sure that we're bringing the appropriate resources to that community.
Nurses like Karen take the 9Health Fair seriously and have been for years, regardless of the pandemic.
I started in '99. So I started as a student, volunteering as a student, and then I kind of, love what I do, came back as a professor, bringing my own students, and, getting them involved in volunteering and working and helping out the community. And selfishly, I enjoy it. I enjoy that ability to network and meet different people and, just being around other people and just being involved in, helping people when they're not sick. And that's a whole premise of health fairs, is that let's catch it before you actually are sick. And we can, it's all about preventative health and preventative medicine and taking that ownership of your health. And, we get to be a part of that.
For Karen and all the volunteers here, it's important to take advantage of the 9Health Fair now more than ever.
We've been trapped inside, and, it's, I think, everybody's been so afraid to go outside, venture outside, and healthcare itself has looked different. Healthcare itself has transitioned over to telehealth, telemedicine, and even your doctors now are, looking at healthcare itself in a different way, and we're not seeing our physicians as often as we should. And we only go to the doctors when we're sick. And, we're avoiding them, or at least I was, and when we look at healthcare, I want to catch people when we're not sick, I guess. We want to look at healthcare in a way of preventative medicine, and I think healthcare touches on, or health fairs touch on that as more of a preventative health. And you go to the health fair and you spend $39 on a basic screening. I get my nails done or a pedicure for more than $39. It's an investment in your health. So let's spend $39 on a basic screening and see where you're at, and make sure that, take ownership in your health, and make sure that we can take care of ourselves. Because I know that, the COVID-19 pounds has definitely affected me, and it definitely has changed my health and my blood work. And, your doctors might not do your blood screening just because you are healthy and your insurance companies don't cover your blood work. Because they figure you're healthy and they don't do your blood work or do typical screenings as much. So this is an opportunity for you to, again, take ownership of your health, go out and do a basic screening, call it a maintenance or whatever, and just see where you're at. So maybe you can catch things before, something happens, and we can make those changes before, before it's too late. Right. And that's the whole idea of preventative medicine.
And if you can't make it out to the 9Health Fair,
we rebranded. We've done, 9Health 365, and what that means is, you were so used to us being, a spring fair or a fall fair, And what we want to do is we want to make sure that, you know, everybody's aware that we're available 365 days out of the year to you guys. So if you can't make it out to one of our fairs, you can go to one of our, you know, still register online, and you can go to Quest Diagnostics. So you can still order and take advantage of our low-cost blood work. So go online and register, and you can still go to Quest Diagnostic and get that blood work done.
But if you can make it out, the last fair takes place at Adams City High School on November 13th.
They're a big facility, so we're able to get skin, hand, foot, breasts, prostate. We have free flu shots there. We even have COVID vaccines there. If you haven't done your COVID vaccine, make sure you go out there and get that done. And of course, our blood work on all of our basic screenings are there as well.
And there are only 2 more health fairs for you to attend, so take advantage now. For just $39, you can feel confident in your health. Visit 9health365.org to see which health fairs are left. And if you miss the fair, well, don't worry. You can still have a screening through Quest Diagnostics.